What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Artemis Fowl video. So this was without a doubt one of the most bafflingly bad movies I have seen in a very long time. This is yet another movie that was a victim of COVID-19, with this being pulled from theatres and put on Disney Plus there to go out to pasture. I still wish they had done this with Black Widow as some sort of crazy experiment, but here we are, and full disclosure, I've never actually read the books, and my young adult book years ended with the fourth Alex Rider book, which funnily enough is actually a near perfect adaptation that is sitting over on Amazon Prime. It takes the source material, changes things up, and provides new experiences for us who have read the source, all with the while of keeping the spirit of the original. Artemis Fowl, however, while I have not actually read the book, we enter the world of Artemis knowing absolutely nothing. There is zero explanation for what is going on the screen or why. There is absolutely no world building. All we know is that the Artemis Fowl father, Colin Farrell, is actually in this and he's captured, and that is it. We are told how this is the smartest kid in the world, and for some reason Colin Farrell goes missing, and that's that. Elves exist and a load of other things happen for no explicit reason. And that's it, yes, things just happen on the screen. Josh Gad is the framing device for the movie and has, for some reason, a stupidly gruff voice. There is so much narration in this movie, it becomes ridiculous. I have no idea why there is so much actual narration, and there's no explanation by the characters or anything, or even the script actually telling us what is going on. We just have narration, and it just becomes boring. The central plot MacGuffin is something called the Artemis that has been stolen by, well, someone, and is important for some reason, and, well, both factions of the elves and also our boy Artemis Fowl want it back because that's how to get back his father. Yeah, there's really not much to this movie, and that is essentially the whole story. We're just asked to accept that elves exist as Fowl's dad goes missing, and Fat Cisco is tasked with helping him and is for some reason the best fighter in the world. Now, obviously, with the handler having to look after him, he gets someone in to help him train the child who is, well, his niece. So yes, the handler, who is the best fighter in the world, gets his niece to train his employer, and that is that. It just feels absolutely bizarre. I expected some sort of big training montage, some kind of life lesson that Artemis Fowl, who is privileged, is going to learn. But no, it feels like every other scene is cut out of this movie. It moves from major scene to major scene, each more and more ridiculous than the other. There is no grounding of the movie. There's nothing to offset the fact that Judi Dench is an elf who sounds like she smokes 20 a day, and there's an elf minotaur because, well, that's a thing now. Funny enough, the biggest joy I got from this movie was debating whether or not the elf minotaur has an elf cock or a horse cock. Yes, that was the most intriguing part of the movie, that had elves, a weird kind of dwarf thing, Josh Gad, and also a kind of crime mystery plot. Artemis Fowl's counterpart is an elf that looks like a girl who's playing Peter Pan, whose dad is also in trouble because he's an elf terrorist, which I really don't understand it. And on one of her first missions, she's sent to go and get the MacGuffin of the movie, the Artemis. Also, she fights a troll in Italy because, well, they needed a reason to show that the time device that was used for the final battle wasn't actually a thing and set up the rules for that. But it just is ridiculous, and we get some sort of elf bullet time. I personally simply did not care about any of these characters, as really there's nothing actually to care about because we know nothing about them. We don't know about any of them, and the scenes in the movie are pretty much superfluous. Yes, most of the scenes are just actual there to fill out the 90-minute runtime, which I don't mind a short movie. I really don't mind it. I watched The Five Bloods yesterday. You can check out the review on my channel. That was 2.5 hours, but it was fine. But here, Josh Gad plays a dwarf who is big because, yeah, he's there. Seriously, don't ask questions or this movie just completely falls apart. And in one scene, he's actually in prison because he's a thief. Yeah, because that's a thing, which has some basis, I guess, if you watch The Hobbit. and he's playing music with a Walkman while goblins harass him, and he's subsequently released. I don't know why that happened. I still don't understand why that was even a thing. What I would have done is put him as a buddy cop thing with the elf who is sent to go and get the whole MacGuffin thing, and then we can get some story about the elf world. We can learn about what's going on, their kind of hierarchies, their social... But no, he is just a dwarf who manipulates his mouth to open and eat sand. Yes, he opens it up like you're about to eat that coochie to get the PS5 off your sugar mama, but it was just ridiculous. So we have two stories closing in on each other, but why? That is the central theme for me watching this movie. It was just, why? We have no backstory, and the movie doesn't really bother explaining either of the factions' motives aside from they both need this thing to do a thing. There's one particular elf who's freed to be a pain in Judi Dench's elf ass, but what is his deal? He hates the kid elf's dad for being a traitor, but why was he in prison? Why? It is just baffling throughout the whole movie. Now, while all of this madness is going on, Artemis Fowl Sr. is being tortured in what looks like a cutscene from Destiny 2. This pops up every now and then to remind us he's in peril while his son turns into a self-confessed criminal mastermind, but nothing really happens. He doesn't really do anything. He's assaulted by elves and they fight. Yeah, it's not really a comfortable or interesting fight scene. It just turns into the kind of elf version of John Wick. And he's just a kid in a suit wearing sunglasses in what looks like a terrible Men in Black reboot. Oh yeah, we already had that. That was bad. Now, it's a real shame that this sucks, as I went in with an open mind hoping to really enjoy it. But Disney's live action has been a bit of a hit and miss with critics, at least. I've been a bit of a staunch defender of some of these movies, and I have actually really enjoyed them. I gave Dumbo a chance and really, really enjoyed it. And the same goes for Beauty and the Beast. But Aladdin, that was just pointless. And Lion King, I'm not going to bother watching a CGI version of a cartoon I've already seen. Now, the movie could be saved if the kid was actually good at playing the main character, but this is his first role ever, and he was just awful throughout the entire movie. The rest of the performances aren't exactly great, to be fair, to give him a bit of slack there. Even the mighty Josh Gad was bad, and the actors are either bad or just totally overacting. Maybe it also does not help whatsoever that Artemis Fowl is not likable whatsoever. And it's thrown down our throats that he is great, he's smart and everything, but he's just absolutely vapid throughout. And this is supposed to be his franchise. The movie is named after him. The whole movie is shot like a crappy Spy Kids movie, mixed with those strange British movies that somehow pop up now and then that are absolutely banged about UK cinemas before a movie you see. You'll have like a trailer, you'll have a behind the scenes, and then the actors will come on and say, turn your phones off, you can sign up for Odeon Premiere and everything like that. But it's like that weird King Arthur movie that was around forever. I just didn't really care. And that's pretty much, sadly, what this seems like. It feels low budget, but it had over $100 million to make. And it's directed by Kenneth Branagh, who is, well, let's be brutally honest here. He's had a bit of a bad history in directing. I've not liked a single one of the movies he's directed, even though I did actually pretty much like him as an actor. Maybe Disney actually knew this franchise was DOA when they left it to die on Disney+. But do make up your mind if you like the movie. I'd be interested to see what you think about it in the comment section below. So, did you like it? What did you think? Did you think it was bad, like myself? And what kind of other content do you want on this channel? Let me know as well, because we are just making random stuff as well, trying to get out of lockdown here. But we've got a Parasite and we have a Lighthouse video coming up soon, with another Snowpiercer video coming on Monday. But that is it for this video. If you did enjoy the video, please do drop a like down below, and please do subscribe as well with notifications on so you never ever miss a video. And I'll see you soon, and goodbye.